Hello there, welcome back to a new video on my channel, and today it's time for a new challenge. As you might know, I did two challenge videos in the past about New Mario Galaxy and Small Super Mario Bros. U, where I tried to dodge the main collectible in those games. However, those two challenges were about fan-made hacks and not about actual Mario games. Today though, it's time to talk about a real Mario game, Super Mario Odyssey. And today it's time to see if that game can be beaten without collecting a single coin. Now, I know that there are YouTubers who tried this already, but there isn't any video like this, so I thought I'd make one. And those runs were with an old version of the game, so yeah. Let's just go over the rules and standards a bit. So the one and only rule for this run is to, of course, avoid all coins. Throughout this whole run, we will be saving our progress a lot. The reason for this being that if we collect a coin, we don't have to start all over with our run, but we can just load a save file. You might call this cheating, but I don't care, okay? And just to clarify, I won't allow myself to die when I collect any coins, because come on, that's cheap. If I collect a coin, I have to load a save file and start over from that point on. So yeah, with all that said, let's get to the first kingdom, Cap Kingdom. Since this is just the first kingdom, it is really easy, and that also applies to avoiding every coin. There was one incident in which I jumped too high in the top hat tower and accidentally collected a coin ring, but that was the only mistake I made in here. The final obstacle was Topper, but this boss battle is so easy that I don't even need to talk about it. Just make sure you avoid the coins that he drops. Next up, Cascade Kingdom. This kingdom was just like Cap Kingdom, extremely easy. There was one time I thought I could capture this chain chomp and break open this rock, but don't do that. In fact, all of those rocks have coins inside, so you'll have to jump over the rocks with some cap jumps and bounces. Then you have Madame Brood, which is surprisingly simple. Yeah, she does spawn coins when you hit her, but those are all easily avoidable, so this boss battle shouldn't be a big deal. After defeating Madame Brood, you can get the on top of the Rubble Power Moon, which is at the start of the kingdom, so getting that one is no problem. After that, you have 5 Power Moons and we can get to the Sand Kingdom. Now, this kingdom is very interesting actually. See, there are 4 power moons which you get via the story. It starts off all easy and it's no problem, but when you get to the Tostorinia Runes Tower, things get problematic. You have to enter a 2D section, which seems innocent, but here's the problem. You see those 2 coins there? Well, those are impossible to dodge. Mario's jump is not high enough, so you can avoid them. So what now? The entire story in Sand Kingdom is impossible to do. Well, luckily Sand Kingdom is a world with a lot of power moons, so we can actually get more than enough power moons to get out of this world while avoiding the main story. It's pretty easy to get some of them. There are 2 power moons obtained by the Sphinx, a couple of power moons involving bullet bills, and some really out in the open power moons. So it's actually pretty easy to get 60 power moons to book it. Now on to the Lake Kingdom. To get out of this kingdom, you need 8 power moons, and getting that amount is very easy and painless. There's a wide variety of power moons to choose from. I was originally going to try the ledge climbing bonus area, but that one is very impossible, as you can see. Before moving on to the next kingdom though, I have to say that you don't want to go for the actual path you need to take. Instead, you want to triple jump at the start, then do some cap jumps and bounces to get onto the higher platform where the courtyard is. You don't really have to do this, but it is a bit easier to get power moons from this point. Next up, the Wooded Kingdom. This has to be the most annoying kingdom so far. To leave this kingdom, you will need 16 power moons. First up, let's talk about the story. So this time, it's actually possible to do the main story. There are no necessary 2D sections or something, it's all in 3D and with almost no coins in your path. But what's funny is that you don't even need to complete the story to get all 16 power moons, because just like Sand Kingdom, Wooded Kingdom has a ton of power moons, which are all really easy while dodging all coins. What I did is complete the first 2 missions, then go for the Flower Road bonus area, as well as some nut power moons and a few others. To conclude, this kingdom was pretty annoying, but still quite easy. Then we have Cloud Kingdom, and this is by far the easiest kingdom we'll visit. The only thing that occurs here is a Bowser fight, which doesn't contain any coins, so yeah, that's all I gotta say about this one. Now we have my favorite kingdom, the Lost Kingdom. This kingdom is very easy. At first I was worried that I wouldn't be able to get Cappy back from Klepto, but that was actually really easy. There was an incident where I got all 10 necessary power moons and touched a bush afterwards, which had a coin, so I had to get all 10 power moons again. But besides that, this kingdom was easy peasy. And now we are at the Metro Kingdom. Remember how I said the Wooded Kingdom was annoying? Well, this kingdom is just torture. I first tried to go the normal route, but that route has tons of crates and sherms which break the crates, so that route was no option. Then I tried looking for a shortcut, and there actually is one. When you take the spark pylon, you have to go forward and bounce off of this thing. Then you have to do a cap throw sideways and bounce off of the cap, then do a wall jump and dive onto the building. This was super hard to pull off, and it took me dozens of tries. Once you're on top of the building, you have to long jump to these girders with a free power moon. After getting the power moon, you have to jump, throw your cap, long jump into a cap bounce, then wall jump, and then dive onto the higher building. This is just pure evilness what's going on here. But we're not done yet. After getting onto the building, you have to get onto this structure and then long jump all the way to that structure there. After that, you take the spark pylon, take the checkpoint, and dodge those coins here. And then you're in the hall interior. And my god, is this section stupidly difficult. First up, you have to roll forwards, then jump onto the right lift while it's going up. Then you have to do a ground pound jump, then a cap throw, and afterwards bounce on your cap. Then you have to dive onto the falling box, then jump dive onto the lift. When the lift is at its peak, you have to face left, jump, throw your cap, long jump onto the cap, and wall jump so you grab the pole. Then you have to climb upwards and then jump to the pole above the first one. Then you have to jump to the right to the third pole, then face the wall, then jump and throw your cap to the left, then jump dive onto the cap, then wall jump, and then throw your cap towards your chest and dive. Holy moly, that was a real pain in the ass to do. But we are still not done. When you take the power moon from the chest, you want to ground pound into a jump, then throw your cap to the right and long jump to it so you land on a platform. Then you immediately have to long jump towards the camera and do more cap throws and bounces to land on a platform at the exit. Man, it literally took me over 100 tries just to get that. And to think we still have to fight Mega Wiggler. If you thought this boss battle doesn't have any coins in it, oh boy, you're so wrong. In this boss battle, there are 2 sherms to defeat Mega Wiggler with. But here's the thing, if you blast all the blue orb things, the other sherm gets killed, and guess what? You get a coin. Yep, even if you don't kill the sherm yourself, you still get the coin. So what you have to do is capture one of the sherms, destroy all orbs but one, then uncapture the sherm, then capture the other sherm and wait until the sherm you first captured disappears, and then you are free to shoot the last orb. After that, you're good to go. Finally. After that mission, you are basically done. Yeah, you still have to get power moons, but there are tons of them which are all very easy, so getting to the 20 number mark is no problem anymore. Next up, I decided to travel to Snow Kingdom. This kingdom is, unlike the Metro Kingdom, very easy. There aren't many power moons available from the start, but the power moons that are very easy and don't really have many coins in them. So next is the Seaside Kingdom, and like the Snow Kingdom, this kingdom is very easy. Even easier than the Snow Kingdom actually. There are a lot of power moons available from the start, so you don't even need to complete the story in this kingdom to move on. Talking about moving on, let's move on to the Luncheon Kingdom. This kingdom was surprisingly simple. The first mission was quite a pain because Peward kept hitting the green nut things, but besides that, this kingdom wasn't really a big deal. There are tons of power moons which you can easily get, so there's nothing that I really need to say about this kingdom anymore. On to the Ruined Kingdom, which is just as easy as the Cloud Kingdom. The only thing you have to worry about in this kingdom is the actual boss fight itself and the Burbos, but nothing else really. So let's go to Bowser's Kingdom. This kingdom was pretty easy until I got to Robo Brute. The fight itself isn't a big deal, but see, in the third phase he spawns an extra Pokio for backup. And the problem with that is that you are guaranteed to get a coin if that happens, because Robo Brute always kills the Pokio. So instead, you have to be really quick at defeating him to prevent him from spawning a Pokio. Besides that, this kingdom was no problem, though I didn't have enough power moons yet, so I decided to go for the Guma stacking one and the one behind this big wall here. And then I was good to go. So finally, the Moon Kingdom. We are super close to Bowser now. I hope we don't get stopped. The start of the Moon Kingdom is all fine, but then there is the underground moon caverns. This area is without a doubt the most brutal area in this whole run. At the start you have tons of parabones and shrooms, and the shrooms kept destroying the rocks that have coins in them. So what I actually had to do was capture the shrooms and uncapture them so they became stunned. Then you have a section with hammer bros and tropical wigglers, which isn't that bad. There is one spot where you actually have to jump under this metal grate and lava boost your way under it and land back on the platform, but other than that it's fine. But then comes our real enemy, the bonsai build section. You have to wait for a bonsai build to launch from the cannon, but here's the issue. Every time during this section I kept collecting at least 8 coins out of nowhere. At first I was dumbfounded, but then I found out that the bricks next to the first cannon have coins in them, and every time I was past the first cannon, a bonsai build still launched from that cannon and it kept destroying said bricks. Even if I kept trying and trying, which I did, I still got 8 coins every single time. So what does that mean for this run? Is it over? Well, not yet. As you might know, there is a trick called the cave skip where you jump from the Sphinx here and wall jump 2 times to skip the entire cave area. But unfortunately, that trick can't be pulled off anymore because it has been patched out. I tried doing it a couple of times, but I really couldn't get any progress. So I'm sorry to say this, but it is not possible to beat Super Mario Odyssey without collecting any coins. And that's a shame because this game is awesome and I really didn't expect this run to end right before beating the game. Even though it isn't possible to do it, let's just go over the rest of the story and see what the minimum amount of coins is required to beat Mario Odyssey. So after this bonsai build section, you have this charging truck section, and afterwards a boss battle with Madame Brood. Those 2 sections are possible coinless, and so is the Bowser fight. So if you think about it, the bonsai build section is the only section in this area that isn't possible coinless. So that means that the minimum amount of coins that is required to beat the game is 8. If you can do it with less coins, then please show me on Discord. My server will be in the description. So there you go guys, that's it for Mario Odyssey. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos and live streams. I hope to see you in the next video or live stream, and as always, goodbye.